royal expert Jonathan Sacerdoti argued that regardless of how Meghan and Harry dress it up, their trip to New York was not a royal tour. He claimed the duo were on a fake royal tour or working holiday. He added, the pair may have been filming as part of their upcoming Netflix project, further distancing themselves from royal tour standards. Mr. Sacerdoti also commented on how much attention the duo receive and whether they can successfully capture the attention of the American audience. Mr. Sacerdoti speculated, I think it is interesting because I think Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have aimed themselves at a US market. Now they are not part of the working royal family. It was fascinating to see them engage in that sort of fake royal tour. It was basically just a holiday in New York, and it turns out, from the concealed microphones and the cameraman following them who wasn't known to most of the other press lot there, it seems it was a working trip. A working trip filming for their Netflix series, potentially. If they were filming a reality show or something similar, it couldn't have been further from a royal tour. The royal expert also reflected on the attention Meghan and Harry receive from Americans. He claimed, nonetheless, they dressed it up that way, and I think it was quite telling in terms of the way the Americans have perceived them. But there is interest in them naturally. They are celebrities and they get an enormous amount of coverage and they rely on that. I don't think it is the same kind of attention though. When there is a royal tour, you see streets lined with people and people wanting to see what is happening. I think they had to make do with some lower-level officials meeting them in crowds that were underwhelming. Mr. Sacerdoti also argued Meghan and Harry's use of private jets was not smart. He made this claim as the royal couple have routinely publicly decried how important fighting climate change is. He added the royal family are more careful with their image and messaging and wouldn't make a similar mistake. In addition, some indignant public left comments about this trip. New Yorker here. We don't appreciate those two exploiting the 9/11 memorial, taping children without parental permission, and taping in the UN without permission, and they got kicked out. Will you bring up how Meg's made her stylist cry? How about how those two were fighting so much that they didn't speak for 24 hours? So they go to NY as private citizens, gain access to key people in the WHO, UN and NY government, film it, record convos without consent or permission to make money from it. How illegal is that? Another news, Thomas Markle hit out at his son-in-law Prince Harry once again during an appearance on Good Morning Britain on Tuesday. Thomas claimed, I think Harry has abandoned the Queen and the royal family, the British people and the army. He's abandoned them all. All he does now is ride a bicycle around the neighborhood that he lives in. I don't know if it's much of a life for him either, doesn't make sense. Harry and Meghan moved to California in March 2020, and a few months later they bought a house on the former estate of Riven Rock in Montecito, California. When Richard Madeley suggested that the couple are certainly very rich, Susanna asked, do you think they're happy, Thomas? Thomas replied, well, money isn't everything, but the book he's writing should not be finding freedom, it should be finding money. That's all they care about now. Harry's coming out with a book and that can't be anything but cruel. And to insult his grandmother, the Queen, it's a ridiculous idea and it's just something for money. That's all they're doing, everything they're doing is for money. But to do that to your grandmother, who is 95 years old, is shameful. Richard then asked, do you ever get feedback from third parties about what she thinks about you now? Do you have any information at all from the outer circle? Not a word, no, Thomas replied. There were some people quite some time ago in a magazine that said some things about me that were her friends, insults and lies. I've been trying to get their names and go after them for quite some time. It has happened yet, he added.